What is up guys, my name is MipZ and welcome back for yet another League of Legends video. So today we're playing Katarina and this video was actually highly requested by one of our subscribers called Endless Gamer. So thank you very much for requesting this video. Remember, if any of you guys have a champ that I haven't gone through that you guys really want to see or some specific build, then just make sure to tell me in the comment section and I'll put that on the list. But yeah, today we're playing Katarina and this is a really fun champion and actually a champion that is, in my opinion, quite hard, but also not. I know it sounds weird. So yeah, she's a champion that a lot of people probably will find fun because, well, she's great at pentakilling. Let's be real. She is. that's kind of what she does. She's a really good champ to just honestly beat people up real bad. The thing with Katarina is that she is highly countered by crowd control. Basically meaning that if you're playing against teams with a lot of crowd control, then you are probably really gonna struggle and have a hard time, and you gotta have really know what you're doing. So in this video we'll try and talk about what to be aware of, how to play her and how her abilities work, how they work together, how you can jump over walls, because there are some tricks to that you can use to get away or catch up to people, or just in general. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff with her, and we'll talk a bit about her combos as well, about how you can maximize your damage. But the thing with Katarina is that her combos are really situational. I can tell you that one combo is going to be the ideal thing, but during fights it's really going to be coming down to subjective matter of this individual fight, and that's where I personally think that Katarina becomes pretty difficult, and that's the reason, or at least that's one of the reasons why this is not a champ that I would recommend if I had a friend just starting out with League of Legends for the very first time. Then starting out with Katarina is probably not the place I would tell him. But with that said, don't get discouraged. If this is the champ that you really want to play, then go for it. She is really good. At least on lower elos where people don't really know how to stop her, then she's, wow, really? Then she's really strong. And yeah, if you're looking to have a champion that you can carry a friend with, then yeah, might also be it. It's really not bad at all. Just get away from that. It's really not a bad champion. It's a really good one, but she is kind of weird. So yeah, if you're mediocre at the game or intermediate, then I would definitely say try this champ if you like its the feel of it, because you are going to be able to do quite a lot with her and have a lot of fun, especially before you on rating below platinum. Then she's really going to be insanely strong, because yeah, as I said, people don't really know how to stop her, meaning that that you'll really be able to take advantage of this. All right, with that said, let's talk a little bit. Ooh, can I get this? No. Oh, we can. All right, nice. I'll tell you what I did there just really quickly, just so people don't think that I completely messed up. I was a little afraid I wouldn't reach him, but the reason why I flashed and then used my W is because my W also gave me some movement speed, which allowed me to catch up to him. So that's the reason why I did that. I know it looked kind of freaky and kind of weird, and it didn't go perfectly, but it worked. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about Katarina's spell. So her first spell is her passive, and her passive is called Veracity. I think that's how you pronounce it. As you guys know, I am native, or my English is not my native language. Damn, that was hard to say. English is not my native language, so I do apologize for any mispronouncements. I really do try my best, and it's fine that you guys tell me when I say something wrong. It's the only way I'm gonna learn it is if somebody tells me that I'm saying it wrong, because yeah. But yeah, her first spell is her passive called Veracity, and Veracity is a pretty cool one. What this thing does is that it whoop, I think we'll just back real quick. What this thing does is that it allows Katarina to pick up her daggers whenever she throws one. So with her Q and her W, she throws daggers, and these daggers land on the ground. So if she catches this dagger or walks over them as they're lying on the ground, then Katarina does basically this little spin. She basically does a little spin around, and she deals damage to anything within a small area around her. So that's a very cool thing. And additionally, it also resets most of the cooldown of your E. It resets 90% up to, I think it's up to 96% at max range, or when you're a max level. It's based on level as far as I know. So it's also gonna allow you to use your E frequently and actually reset it so you can E and then E again shortly after. But we'll talk more about that as we get to the E. Just know that it resets cooldown as you walk over it. Look at it now and boom, it resets. Pretty easy. So that's what it does. When you walk over it, it resets a portion of your E, like actually most of your E's cooldown. And whenever you walk over it, it also gives a chunk of damage to anything close by. Let's see if we can gank top. So yeah, that's what it does. And then whenever you kill someone, and this is an extra feature of it, is that whenever you kill someone... Oh, let's get this. Nice. Alright, whenever you walk over someone, and you just see right there how often we could reset or E cooldown. Not whenever you walk over someone, whenever you kill someone, or Katarina deals damage to someone that dies within, let's get this. Within 3 seconds of Katarina doing damage to it, she gets 15 seconds cooldown reset on all of her spells. This means that all of her Q, W, and E are instantly gonna be reset, and also her ult is gonna get a big portion of its cooldown back. And this means that actually in team fights, especially as you're gonna start getting cooldown reduction from items, then you are gonna be able to basically to basically use your ult more than once throughout a team fight, and this is insanely good. So yeah, you really need to know this passive. Super simple. I'm gonna shortly summarize. Daggers can be picked up resetting your E. Whenever you kill someone, it deals or Katarina deals damage to someone, you reset 15 seconds of all of her CDs. Alright, let's go down here. See if we can do something. Can we? Might be too risky, actually. Yeah, it's too risky. I am not going to go for it. Another trick I want to show you guys is that you can actually jump to neutral objects such as this one. Just wanted to show you. But we'll talk about the E in just a moment. So yeah, our next spell is OQ. And you guys probably noticed what OQ does so far. All it does is that whenever we throw it on a target, then it bounces to 3 targets and lands on the ground. Super simple. What confuses most people is where this dagger lands, because a lot of people think it's random. It's actually not. It lands right behind the target that you aimed on. So, can we do anything down here? Nope. Okay, it's over. So imagine that you're here, and I can just show you a wall jump while we're here. If I throw my Q on this one, then it's gonna land behind it. So actually right here, I can throw it on that one, and I can jump onto the other side of the wall. This is something you can use in the jungle for catching up to people or fleeing, is jumping over walls. Whoop, let's get that one. I think we're gonna roam top in a moment. Can we? I'm gonna start moving up here at least. But yeah, it just lands opposite or like in a line from where you shoot it, so just behind the target. Pretty often you don't want to initiate the fight with your with it. Let's get this. He's dead. Nice. All right, let's just back out and we'll run into mid. But pretty often you don't want to initiate the fight with your Q, and the reason for this is that it's very easy to predict. Like whenever you throw this spell, as you guys probably noticed, then the dagger lands on the ground, making it very obvious if you jump to that one. So pretty often you don't want to initiate the fight with your Q, but we'll talk more about that as we get into the combos. But just know, it hits 3 targets, it deals damage to all 3 of them, and it lands behind the target that you aimed at, the one that you shoot it at. Next up, we have her W, and if I mispronounce the name of OQ, it's called Bouncing Blade. I probably said Bouncing Dagger, I'm not sure, but it's called Bouncing Blade. I always mess that one up. But our next spell is called Preparation. This Preparation is highly underrated because it can it can honestly do a lot of cool things. First of all, it throws a dagger into the air. That's probably the most significant thing for it. Ooh, I'm much higher level than these guys, so I'm just gonna ooh. And let's get that one. Nice. My combo is not ideal there. But your Preparation throws the dagger into the air here, and it lands right on top of where you threw it. Of course, this just uses your passive, so whenever you catch it or walk over it, it does this damage and resets a portion of your E. But what's really cool about it as well is that it gives you a little bit of movement speed as you throw it into the air. So if you guys see here, right as I throw it, I get a little bit of movement boost, and that's really going to help you catch up to people. It's actually really insane and highly underrated. So if you're running after somebody, you can use it. You can use it basically for if you don't want to go all in. Let's imagine that this is an enemy, then I throw this, go over here, maybe I used my Q before, but you can use your Q and then E, and then if you have your W on the ground, then you can jump back to it. But you can also just jump back to minions, which is cool. So you can do quite a lot with this spell. But most of the time, what you will be doing is if you're going for an all-in, or at least for optimal damage, and that is that you want to use your E first. Yeah, maybe we should wait with that till you know what the E does. But you're gonna use your E first and W, then Q, then E, and then R. That's kind of the ideal. But we'll talk more about why. Whoop. Oh. Nice. Okay, so next up we have our E, and our E is called Shunpo. Shunpo. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I think this is actually a Japanese word. If somebody knows if it's a Japanese word, then please tell me. And if they know if it means something special, or if it's just me being retarded and making a fool out of myself and it's not a Japanese word, then you're also welcome to tell me. But I think it is. But Shunpo, what this thing does is that it allows Katarina to jump to a target. The target can be almost anything, but you cannot jump towards, at least not for now. I don't know if Riot will ever change it such that you can, but you cannot jump to your wards. But you can jump to neutral objects such as the berries. You can jump to the scrying orbs thingy, not scrying orb, I don't remember what it's called. The thing here that you can hit that gives vision. You know what I mean, that one. So you can jump to quite a lot of things, and you can jump to your daggers on the ground. And this is a really neat feature, and that's why that pretty often you are gonna, I don't know what that guy's doing. Pretty often you are gonna like throw this dagger into the to the air, maybe in laning phase. Then you're gonna Q, E, and then you're gonna jump back to your W. So you basically do this. And then you can pick up this one, reset your cooldown, jump back to this one. That's one way of just doing like not an all-in. And honestly, at this point, I'm just kind of chilling. All right, so that's what your E does. Pretty simple. Next up, we have our ult, and our ult is probably the most iconic spell for Katarina. It is her ult called Death Lotus. I think that's how you pronounce it. And yeah, it sounds pretty awesome. And it is a really nice spell, especially since during fights you might be able to use this spell several times, which makes it really fun. It makes it really fun. This is one of the reasons why Katarina can, like, honestly get a lot of pentakills. This thing does AoE damage in, like, this whole area. It does AoE damage, which is pretty freaking nice. The thing is that any stun cancels it. It's a channeling spell, so you cannot do anything else while you're doing it, so that's something you gotta be aware of. But it really deals a good chunk of damage. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna die. That's fine. Thank you, bro. But it deals a really good chunk of damage to anything inside this area, which is insane. It really just rips people apart. And another cool thing is that it gives grievous wounds, and this means that Katarina is actually really good even against teams with healers. So if they have something like a Soraka, you really wanna be using this this Death Lotus pretty early, such that they get any enemy you hit gets grievous wounds, meaning that they're gonna get less healing from that Soraka or Narmi or whatever champ they have that heals. It's really good. So it deals a lot of damage to anything in the area, gives grievous wounds, and just imagine that you're using this on all 5 people, and you actually, like, if you just kill one, then you get 15 seconds cooldown back. So if you use your full combo, then that will reset, or use your full combo, then use your ult at the end, and then kill one target, or one target dies, because you're gonna hit everybody. Like, anybody in this range you're gonna be able to hit. So then you're gonna start getting resets on your cooldowns. And it means you can do your whole combo again. If you kill one more, then you're gonna be pretty close to getting your ult back. And that way you can just, like, you can honestly do pentakills pretty easily on her once she gets the first target down. It really just comes down to getting a target down. So yeah, what is the ideal combo on this one? Well, Katarina is a little hard because she is very situational. As we talked about, there are some combos for just poking. I'm actually just gonna run away here. That was painful. I did kind of know that I wouldn't be able to kill her, so that's fine. And I didn't use any significant things, and she used everything. But yeah. Let's go back to it. So we have some combos that are pretty situational, like poking. You can do different types of poking with her. Oh, let's get that one. No, wait, actually this was good. Let's get that. And next up we're gonna buy, what are they building? A little bit of magic resist. I'm thinking that we're actually gonna go for an Hourglass afterwards. Oops, there we go. But yeah, pretty often you want to be going full in, and the way you want to do this is you want to actually use your E first. And I know it sounds kind of weird. A lot of people are like, use your Q first, and you can. I'm not saying that's bad, but it really does come down to the game and how exposed you are. The thing is, whenever you use your Q first, then you're very easy to predict, because everybody knows you're probably going to be jumping to that dagger in order to maximize your damage. So if you throw your Q, everybody's like, yeah, he's going to jump to that dagger, and they're just going to be ready for it. So that's the reason why you want to E first, and they don't know. So you basically do your, let's see if we can do it on these minions maybe. Oh wait, we can go up here and help. You want to do it on someone else. If we do, gonna go E, W, and we actually want a Q there. It was a mistake, but it's fine. Wanna run back, get that one, reset our cooldown. And we don't have any cooldowns right now. I'm actually gonna flash. This is a safety precaution. I played that very poorly, by the way. Very poorly. We could take Rift. Can we? With 1 minute and 50, yeah. But the reason why you want to E first, and we can see if we can do the combo on this one in a moment, let's just get our cooldowns back, is that you actually do want to be unpredictable. So your general combo will be like this. It will be E, W, Q, and then E to your Q, and then you can ult. That way you're going to have maximum damage. If you have your Gunblade, then use your Gunblade. As you jump to the target, it is going to slow them, which is very good for you, and it also works well together with Liandry's Torment. So yeah, that's a very neat thing. That's the general combo you want to go for, because it's both unpredictable and it does a ton of damage. And something we didn't really touch too much upon during the laning phase of this game, and I know this game, I'm not trying to show a perfect game, just trying to give you an impression of the champion, how to play it. Whoop. If I can get over here, no, I did not expect that. This is not to show you guys a perfect game. This is kind of just to show you guys how to play it, how to combine the spells, how they work, and what you need to think about. It's really hard for me to do play perfectly while explaining and doing these live commentaries, but I feel like they give a much better impression of the champion than doing post commentaries. So what you actually want to do with Katarina during lane phase is, of course, if you can win your lane, that's awesome, and you probably can sometimes. The thing is, in mid lane, you're pretty often going to be faced up with people that have range, which is going to make the laning phase a little difficult for you. Not impossible in any way. As you get better to this champion and get a better farming on her, then you're definitely going to be doing okay. But where Katarina really exceeds is when there are more than one enemy. She's not that good against just one enemy, but as soon as there's more than one, then she exceeds, because when she kills one, she resets her cooldowns and she can kill more. So you really want to play around roaming when you play with Katarina. You want to roam a lot to bot lane. That's where there's the most targets. That's gonna potentially be the best thing for you. And you want to roam top and just try and play around your team in that way. That's really where Katarina strives, and it's something that a lot of people can learn a lot from. Nice. All right, let's get that one. And in the laning or in the end game, what you want to do is we could probably finish here, but let's try and see if we can let this game just last a little longer. But what you really want to do is you actually, in the late game, you don't want to be the one that initiates the fight. You want to try and wait for your team to kind of start the fight, or for them to kind of start and see if you can assassinate. The reason why you want to do this is that you want your enemies to... Whoop. Can we get this? Okay, we're gonna finish the game now. The reason why you want to do this is that if you go in as the very first person, then the enemy team is probably gonna lock you down real quick with some crowd control, and you're not gonna be doing any damage. You're not gonna be killing anybody. But if you let this fight kind of start, I'm not saying just wait till somebody's 5% HP, but kind of look for the enemy to use their crowd controls, their stuns, their snares, etc. This will allow you to jump in without getting CC'd and burst one person down. And if they've used all their CC, then just land right in the middle of all of them. Use your ult there as well, and you can basically just rip people apart because it's super strong. Like, you can do so much damage with this one, but it's super easy to lock down, so that's where you gotta play around. Think of Katarina kind of like an assassin. That's what she is. She is an assassin that works like kind of opposite of a lot of other assassins. Most assassins kind of want like to isolate one target. What Katarina does is that she wants to go for squishy targets, and she wants them to be gathered close to each other. So the closer they are, you can just jump in, you can rip all of them apart, and that's just gonna be it. It's so cool. That's really what she exceeds at. And you can hard carry games with Katarina because you can do these. You can do a lot of pentakills on her. I'm not saying it's super easy, but she is one of the easier champs to get it on, just because of her insane potential to snowball a fight. So if she gets one target down, she's just going to be able to reset her combo, do it on the next target, do it on the next target, get her ult back, and then just smash everything apart. And remember that you can use your Q on different targets to jump over walls. You can jump to these orbs, the blue orbs on the map that you can hit, and they give vision. If you jump to those, you can jump to the things that give health and mana. So you can do quite a lot, and you can jump to your teammates. The only thing you cannot jump to is wards, but that is of course subject to change. Who knows, maybe Riot changes it after this video. Usually they change everything I say. But yeah, I hope this kind of gave you an idea of how to play Katarina. This is not a perfect game in any way. It's just to kind of showcase what you need to think about, and the combos on Katarina are pretty situational. Like using Q to initiate a fight, in my opinion, is often pretty bad because it's very, very easy for the enemy to predict and counterplay it. But using some things like your E, then W, then Q, and jump to your Q dagger with your E again after the reset of the W, and then that's how you maximize your damage while maintaining that unpredictability. That's, in my opinion, the best way to do your combo. You can of course run other summoner spells as well, but I do think Ignite is best on her. And yeah, laning phase, focus on roaming. Team phase, stay behind your team or try to look for an angle to basically like kind of wait for them to use the majority of their CCs or look for a target that isn't really prepared for your attack. Because as soon as you kill one, then you're gonna start, you're just gonna start escalating and snowballing that fight. And if you get a good ult in there and they don't notice you, then you can actually just honestly rip a whole team apart with your ult. So yeah, I hope this kind of gave you an idea of how to play Katarina. I know it's kind of a weird game. It was not a perfect game in any way, but I hope it kind of gave the impression of the champ, how the spells work together, etc. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out a ton, and it ensures that this video comes out to as many people as possible. And if you're not already, then make sure to subscribe down below. It really means the world to me, because yeah, it shows me that you guys really enjoy the content that I make. You want to see more of it, and I want to see more of me, and it's just a nice way of joining our community. We're small at this point in time, but we are growing really rapidly, and I really do appreciate it. My big dream is to one day reach 100,000 subscribers and celebrate this silver play button with you guys. At this point, it feels pretty much out of reach and like a completely insane dream, but I'm hoping for it, and we'll see how far we get. Nevertheless, I'm gonna keep doing these videos and doing content and communicating with you guys. I really do enjoy it. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell as well if you haven't already. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, stay awesome, have fun, and take it easy, guys.